Okay guys, so to start the design you saw there in the picture, it's basically my nail set that I'm going to be using for the Marine Corps ball. I wasn't going to use acrylic. You guys know that I decided not to do that for a little while, but my husband said you have to do your nails, and I really didn't want to use gel right now because I'm not real sure how to use it, so I was like, fine, I'll just do one quick set. And he's like, you know, I tell everyone this video on YouTube and you're going to go without nails. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So to start off, I have this gorgeous glitter mix that I got from, I think, on my October swap. And it's called White Skull by Michelle, and I think it's Michelle Pempton. I hope. Hopefully I didn't say that incorrectly. But anyway, so I just put the whole thing in here, and we know it's a teaspoon because that's what we asked for. So there's a teaspoon there. This gorgeous chunky mix. And so what I'm going to do is get a teaspoon, and this is Omega acrylic. Oh, I have glitter on this thing. Oh well. So I'm going to pour that in there. It's just clear Omega acrylic because I'm going to be using Omega monomer today. I didn't notice this thing had red glitter on it, so hopefully it doesn't mess it up. Alright, and that's one of the mixes I'll be using, and I'm just going to mix this around. Because my dress is blue, as you guys saw, and I'll have another picture of it, and it has some silver in it, and really dark royal blue, so I thought this will pair really nicely because it's kind of a clearish silvery mix with a little bit of black. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing and mix my thunderstorm mix that I made for a swap a few months back. I don't remember when I did it, but it looks like I might have a teaspoon or so left, so I'm going to add again a teaspoon or so of acrylic and mixes that I'll be using. I'm just going to put them to the side for right now because we're going to start prepping the nails. And I've already measured out the pro nails, and I'm only actually these 4 sizes. What's really interesting, these are the shorter ones. This is the largest size, so for me, for my thumb, this is the largest one, and it pretty much meets up side to side with my thumb. They do have larger sizes in the curved nails and then the extra long nails. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So this is a size 0. Okay, I'm not sure if any other kits come with like a 0, 0 or not, but that's what I have, and that's the biggest one, and that's what I can use. So I just measured them all out, and basically my ring and pointer finger are be the same size, which happens a lot. Even with the YS nails, they're the same. Okay, so I have those ready. Put those to the side right now. All we're gonna do is prep our nail like we normally prep nails. Oh, okay, of course I didn't bring my cuticle pusher. Let me grab that. And you're just going to gently push back your cuticles. Okay. Make sure you scrape all that dead skin from around the nail. I just took off some gel polish, so I didn't do the best job because I knew I was going to scrape out my nails anyway. So there's a lot of extra stuff coming off there. Okay. And make sure you do that. And then you're going to remove the shine from your nails. Okay, my nails are not shiny, but you do want to give the acrylic something to hold on to. So that's why you want to rough up your nail plate. I usually use a buffer or something like this, a very, not, kind of fine grit file. And you go up and down in the direction of the nail growth that causes the least amount of damage to your nails, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and prep all my nails. Push back cuticles and prep both hands as far as that. What we're going to do now is dehydrate. So I'm going to use this NSI Pure Plus, any dehydrator that you like to use is obviously going to be great. And just going to take away all that dust and stuff that might be around your nail. And I'm only going to do one hand at a time as far as this part. I'm going to use this to go ahead and dehydrate this hand. And then I'm going to take my NSI Better Bond. I used this last time I did my nails and it worked really good. So I'm going to use this acid-free primer. I don't know if it was just a fluke for that one time or what, but it worked great. And you know I love my Something Wonderful, so that's really good too. But pretty much the bottle I've been using of Something Wonderful I've been using for a while, so I tossed it out because you're only supposed to use certain things for a year or so, whatever time it tells you there. So I'm going to apply some primer right now. And then as I go through each nail, I'm going to add another coat of primer right before I put the nail on, okay? So I'm going to leave the primer kind of open and nearby. Okay, so let's get our brush and everything ready. So I have my Omega monomer here. And I still wasn't really sure what I'm going to be doing, so let's see what happens. I kind of have an idea of doing one nail solid, which would be the ring finger, but then all the rest of the nails I'm going to do like a mix of both colors. So I'm going to pick up some of the dark color. And this is really, I want to do just like an overlay of my nail, which I totally forgot, so I need to measure that. Okay. I don't really want to create long nails, but I just kind of want to do, like I said, an overlay of the length of my nails that they are right now. So what I'm going to do is pat the product out, let that firm up a little bit, It's still longer than I want. Basically, I just want to cover my natural nail. And I'm just kind of feathering this a little tiny bit. And I'm going to pick up some of the clearish silvery mix and put that down in here. And just give that a minute to settle. Remember, not letting the glitter or your whatever you're using, you can just do clear acrylic if you wanted, not letting it settle into the middle. You want that nice C curve, especially if you're doing longer nails. Since it's an overlay, it's not that big a deal, but I'm gonna let that kind of settle. As you can see on the other side, it's kind of mixed the two colors. I kind of want to get less of the dark color, so I'm gonna push that up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to let that kind of settle just a little bit before I go ahead and put it onto my nail here. So now I'm going to get some clear acrylic, and this is just what's going to basically stick this to my nail. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over. Let that firm up. Like I said, I'm not really making an extension on this one. I just want an overlay. And so now, right before I put it on, oh, you're going to give it a few seconds to kind of firm up a little bit. I'm going to apply a little bit more primer. And just apply the nail, or the dual form. Okay, and luckily this one's pretty good, but if you have too much you're squeezing out, you're going to definitely come and clean that up while it's still wet. There's a little bit coming out there. Straighten it up. I don't see too much on this side. I kind of try to hold it between two other fingers. I'm holding it with my thumb, with the back of my pointer. And if anything squeezes out the bottom, make sure you're holding the nail and just kind of let that kind of brush it out. Okay, so now I'm going to hold on to this. These are pretty good because sometimes with the widest nails, I have to hold on to it for a long time because I feel like they're going to pop off. So clearly this one doesn't want to pop off. So that's good. So I'm going to only hold it for about 30 seconds, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do the nails that are like the full nail color. Pointer finger the same as the rest of them, but right now this one's ready to pop off, it seems like. So I'm just going to give it a couple twists, and there it is, super shiny. Of course you have to fix up the edges, but other than that, that's it, okay? So for this one, I'm just going to do a full black or the dark colored nail, and so I'm just going to take the form that fits that nail and just go in with the darker colored one. And I ended up making them a little bit longer than I wanted. I just wanted an overlay of what my, the length of my nail is, but that didn't work out. I made them a little bit longer, which is fine. And that's good because I broke this pinky nail anyway, so I need to extend that one anyhow. But so again, you're just going to put your glitter mix, not too much, and make sure it doesn't just settle into the middle of the form. And I just kind of keep pushing it, and that kind of also gets some of the liquid into the brush so you can wipe it away so that it firms up faster. And that's about good. I'm going to let that settle just for a few seconds. I might need a little bit more on the edge over here. What's on these full nail ones, if you're missing some glitter in one area, you're not going to get it back later, so you really got to make sure that it looks the way you want before you put the clear acrylic, okay? So now I'm just going to get my clear, apply that. I usually apply it to the base and kind of brush it up towards the tip. You do a little bit different if you're doing like a French or anything else, but anyway, there's that. Again, I'm going to apply some primer right before I put the nail on. And so now, again, I'm just going to hold that and place it down. And anything that squeezes out, I'm going to wipe away with my cuticle pusher. Okay, and I'm just going to hold that for about 30 seconds until it's ready. So while this last nail finishes up, I'm just straightening out the rest of the nails. So all I do is I take like a rougher grit file, because you really want to get in here and trim up these sides. And of course, just like any other nail extension or nail design, you want to finish up the sides really nicely, the side walls. And sometimes there'll be like a little lip where it kind of went over the mold or the dual form, and then you're gonna, you know, trim up the very tip. Some of them I made super long and some were short, and that's the problem with these, that they don't have numbers, but they do have letters on the form. So like if I followed, okay, I'm gonna go up to the P this time or whatever, but I didn't do that, so I had a lot of filing to do. And then I take like a softer file just to get rid of all that, if it might still be kind of rough around the edges. And if you end up filing a lot and you want to put a top coat on, what I would do is buff the whole surface to take all that shine off, and then I would apply a top coat. Otherwise it's just going to come off anyway because it's so slick. It doesn't really hold on to it. Okay, so one last thing I'm going to do with this design, and that's it, even though I just wanted to be kind of quick, easy, you know, make my husband happy there. I'm going to put some of these cute little bows that came in, I think, the same Halloween swap. It's from the Witchy Poo Glitter Mix by Just Derez. But I'm going to use the little bows that she sent in. And she had put some little zebra ones that are super cute. So what I'm going to do is just take one of those. I'm going to rough up a little bit where I'm going to place it on this nail so that the acrylic will stick better. Just a little bit. I'm going to take my clear acrylic. You can do this with gel, but since my acrylic is already out, might as well do it that way. And, oops, my monomer. I was going to put some flowers and things, but we'll see. I might still include some extra stuff later, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to take a little bit of clear acrylic. Oop. Place it right in that area. Let it kind of come to consistency a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of push it around a little bit. And I'm going to take my little bow, that cute little zebra print on it. I think that's so precious. And just place it on there and let it kind of settle in. Okay. Trying to make sure it's about centered. And I'm going to let that settle up so it gets nice and firm. If you want to put more acrylic in behind it so it doesn't get stuck in your hair and things like that, then you can just build up more acrylic right behind the little item. But I'm going to go ahead and finish filing all the nails, and I'll come back. I've already applied the other one. I've washed my hands and everything, and just a real quick set. Hopefully it's, you know, kind of what my husband was had in mind. He's like, it has to be, you know, crazy over the top, but I'm like, I'm not really in a crazy over the top mood. So I think I'll let the glitter do the talking, and then with the cute little bow on that last nail. So I'm just going to apply some cuticle oil and massage that in, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, they were real nice to use, the dual forms. Unfortunately, I only have one of each size, so you know, it took probably longer than it needed to. It took about 40 minutes to do the whole set, which is really nice, but still took a little bit longer than if I had two of each of the sizes, of course. But let me know if you guys have them, what you think of the Pro Nails dual forms, and we will see you all at the next one. Bye now.